I was talking to you guys about if I have a boyfriend or not, and I was like, oh, you know, there's somebody in my life that's making me happy. Saying that is just like saying, oh, my skin is so clear. You will get humbled real quick, okay? I'm over it.
No.
No?
What are you doing? That looks weird.
What's up guys, it's your girl Brianna, aka MiniMarley, and I'm back for another video. Today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial, and I love these because I just get to sit down, chat with you guys, and just have some girl talk, update you guys on what's going on in my life, and you know, just have a little kiki. So that is basically what we are going to be doing today. This video is sponsored by NYX Professional Makeup, so a shout out to them because they actually put me on to two products that I'm going to be showing you guys today. One is their micro brow pencil and the other is their matte finishing spray, and you guys, I am really loving these. One, because of the quality, and also because of the affordability. Makeup can be super expensive. You go into some of these makeup stores and you come out spending $200 with 4 products, and it's like, can a girl get a break? I'm trying to save some coin. So these products are so affordable and they're great dupes for super expensive products that you guys are probably purchasing. So I want to put you guys on so that you can save some coin as well and just get into the rest of this makeup tutorial. So if you want to see me transform this into this, then just keep on watching this video. So don't mind my hair. I just did my hair in a puff, and you guys know I have to slick down the edges, so I have my notorious scarf on. But we are going to go ahead and get started, and I always like to start with brows. And if you watch any of my past videos, then you know that I honestly typically use a brown eyeshadow color, or it's really a brow shadow, but it's pretty much just like brown eyeshadow, and I use that to fill in my brows. Sometimes I like to wet it with setting spray, and that's pretty much all I use, because for me, the brow pencils that I've used in the past, for one, they're really expensive. The one that I like is $25 and it runs out so fast, so I feel like I'm spending a lot of money on the brow product, and for why? Whereas this brow pencil is actually only $10. So if you want to save some coin, I definitely recommend it. When I am using a brow product like this, which for one is much faster, I will say that this goes on so easily and it makes my brows perfect really quick. And I like to make sure that I look for something that has a really small point. And I don't know if you guys can see, but this thing is super small. That's why they call it the micro brow pencil. It has a really nice precise point, which is perfect for getting your brows to look really nice and neat, and just being able to use it exactly where you need it and not go overboard. So it makes doing your brows so much faster. It also has 2 sides so that you have the spoolie on one end and the pencil on one side, and then you can just go ahead and use that and fluff out the brows as you go. So this is what I'm using to fill in my brows today. I do not get my brows waxed or threaded or anything like that. I like to just pluck them and make sure that they're all cleaned up. So I actually did that yesterday. So it makes doing my brows so much easier. You guys know when you let your brows grow in and then you have to like create a shape that doesn't exist, it can take forever. It's really easy. Like, I'm already done. Super simple, and I love the shade that I chose. This is the shade Brunette, and it's the perfect color for me. So that is my brow with the micro brow pencil, and this is it without. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in the other one, and then we're gonna shape it up with some concealer. Next, I'm just gonna go ahead and carve out the brows. I usually use my Fenty Beauty concealer, but I'm honestly running out of it. So I'm just gonna use one that I have by CoverGirl, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of that and go up under here and make sure that these look like I just got them done, even though I didn't. You you guys, do you see the lighting? It's like golden hour right now and the sun is trying to come through. I don't know about you guys, but this whole daylight savings thing is throwing me off though. It's only like 4:30 right now and it's already golden hour, which means that in the next 30 minutes the sun is gonna set, and I'm just like, no. I actually posted this meme on my story that was like, I know it's daylight savings, but dang, how much daylight are y'all trying to save? And I'm just like, seriously, I feel like we went ahead 3 hours or something because I have no time in the day anymore. And then if you notice, I only put the lighter color under my brow, and that's because I like to use a darker shade or one that is more close to my skin color. This one is the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and it's in the shade Honey. And this is closer to my skin tone, so I'm gonna take this and go on the top just for a more natural look. If you like to highlight all the way around the brow, that's perfectly fine as well. I feel like using a darker shade just makes it easier, especially when I go in with my foundation. I don't like to see like a light line around the brows, so this works really, really well. All right, the brows are done. They're looking real snatched. They're looking real clean. Now I'm gonna go into that same concealer that I just used, the L'Oreal one in Honey, and I'm just going to use that to conceal some dark marks on my face. My face right now is just, oh my gosh, I feel like I just had so many breakouts recently, and that's so annoying because you guys know when your skin gets really nice and clear and you just start feeling yourself and you're like, yes, smooth skin is perfect. Something always just comes up and is like, humble yourself, girl, calm down, you're not that cute. And I feel like that's what happened to me, and I'm just like, dang, can I live? So I'm just gonna use this, conceal dark marks, hyperpigmentation, anything that I wanna cover up, just so that I don't have to use as much foundation. But yeah, girl, I feel like so much has been going on in my life recently. I don't know, 2020 is just that year. Like, it's just so much. But I feel like these times are necessary and you always grow from it, you know? You don't just go through hard stuff for no reason. There's always a lesson, or there's always something that you need to learn about yourself and just move forward better. So I feel like 2020 might be a struggle for a lot of us, but there's a reason and we're all gonna come out better from it. But yeah, relationships, ooh, I'm just over it. I'm over it. So I know in my last makeup video, I was talking to you guys about if I have a boyfriend or not. That was like my most asked question. And I was like, oh, you know, there's somebody in my life that's making me happy. Saying that is just like saying, oh, my skin is so clear. You will get humbled real quick, okay? I'm not even gonna get into it too much, but I feel like I've just learned a lot lately. Like I said, anything that you go through, it's for a reason. And I feel like sometimes people are put in your life for a specific reason, for a specific season, and you need to make sure that you take the right thing from that. And I feel like that situation and that relationship really just showed me a lot about myself. It showed me a lot of issues that I personally have and things that I need to deal with that I probably wouldn't have noticed otherwise. So I can't even complain. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I feel like I've just realized so many things about myself that I want to change or just want to be better at, and so many ways that I can stop making the same mistakes over and over in life. And I'm just like, I need to do better. I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to 30, which is scary. I'm turning 27 next month, and I don't want to go into my 30s with bad habits. I feel like so many times we're just like, this is how I am, and you know, and we expect the world to adjust to us, but that's just unrealistic. You have to be the best version of yourself and work on improving on things that, you know, you need to be better at. So that's where I'm at. That's what I've been doing. I feel like I've just figured out so many different things, so many things in relationships that I tend to do, and just unhealthy things and ways that my past affects who I am now that I thought it didn't affect me. I feel like as women, we do that a lot, or even Black women. You have to be strong, and you know, you try not to dwell on things that have happened to you in the past, or you try not to acknowledge the ways that that might affect who you are now or affect the way that you see different things. But these things actually do affect you. I was actually recently just watching Naima Tang's video where she was talking about therapy for Black girls, basically a Black girl's guide to therapy, and just talking about how she at first didn't think that she really needed it or didn't need to go, but I feel like sometimes you might need a little bit of help. And I also think that if you didn't go through something super traumatic, you kind of feel like, well, what do I really need therapy for? And that's how I feel. I don't feel like I've been through anything super traumatic. It's nothing like that, but I do think there's things that I probably haven't addressed in my life, or I'm just like, you know, this isn't really that big of a deal, it's fine. But it really affects how you operate, and sometimes it can affect who you are in relationships, and you can really just have some bad patterns of behaviors that if you don't nip it in the butt, it can just, you know, stay with you, and it could be a problem. Sometimes you could be the problem, sis, you know what I'm saying? So recently I've been thinking about therapy a lot, and I'm just like, maybe I should go. I want to talk to somebody about these problems. I feel like at this point, especially after this relationship, I've identified a lot of my issues. I'm like, yeah, I tend to do that a lot. Yep, I definitely do that. But I don't exactly know why. Like, why do I tend to do this in a relationship? Or why do I feel this void with this? Like, why do I do these things? I don't really know. And I feel like a therapist can help with that. So that's what I'm currently doing. I've been looking for a therapist. I want to find a Black woman just because I feel like they're more relatable, which is again something that Naima Tang talked about in her video. Definitely check out that video if you've been considering therapy, or if you feel like you might need it. I recommend that you watch that video. I'll link it down below because I feel like it was very helpful. Another thing that I've been doing though, aside from just looking for a therapist, I also bought a journal. And I've never had a journal. I've never, like, you know, written my thoughts down or anything like that, but I feel like it can be really helpful. Something that I recently learned is that if something, I feel like something can really hurt me, or something can make me really sad or get me in my feelings, instead of thinking about it or addressing it or just acknowledging my feelings about it, I'll just rationalize the situation and be like, well, it's okay, you know, this happened because of this, and this is the way it has to be, and that's just what it is, and then I won't actually deal with it. But having a journal, I feel like, helps me to acknowledge the way I'm feeling in the moment. And it's not just about relationships, just anything, with my work, as a mom, just all these different things, and write it down and address it and deal with it so I can actually move forward and not just carry resentment or stress or baggage. It just is a way to release, get these things on paper, get these feelings and thoughts on paper so that they're not in my head. And you know, you can just be in bed sometimes just thinking about all these different things, or driving, or whatever you're doing, and you just have all these thoughts in your head. And I feel like it's just not good, especially when you have to work and you have to do all these other things. You have to be present for your kids. It's good to just take some separate time to journal, write these things down, and deal with them so that you don't have to just keep having these thoughts flying around in your head. So that is something that has been helping me. Another tip besides just finding a therapist. Let me tell you what I did to my face. I used my Lancome Teint Idole foundation that I always use, and then I used my Fenty Beauty concealer to conceal underneath the eyes and just highlight a little bit. And now I'm just going to set that with my Sacha Buttercup powder before it starts creasing. But yeah, 2020 has definitely been about personal growth and acknowledging certain things and just trying to do better. So, but on a lighter note, what have you guys been watching? I know everybody's home. Well, I hope you're home. Cases have been going back up, and it's just, I'm stressed. Like, it seemed like everything was about to be Gucci. Things were starting to settle down. I know it was not back to normal, but things were seeming like, you know, it's settling down. And now it's like, no, go back home and stay there because things are getting worse. So I hope you guys are home, and if you are, I want to know in the comments, what are you guys watching? I'm watching a few different shows. I'm watching The Haunting of Bly Manor, and I'm also watching Girlfriends. Girlfriends is like my thing that I just put on when I'm eating or about to go to sleep, or, you know, just casually. I've been watching that show, and I'm actually on the last season, which is so sad because I know that they didn't ever officially end that show. And yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's gonna suck. But yeah, I've never actually watched Girlfriends growing up. I have some friends that did, but I didn't, and I feel like it was not child appropriate. So I'm like, girl, why were you watching this show? But yeah, I feel like now that I'm older, I can definitely appreciate it a little bit more. It's a little bit more relevant to my age group. So That's been a good show. All I know is I do not want to be a Joan. Since we were speaking about relationships, I feel like as you get older and like closer to 30, it's just like, oh my god, I need to find a man, I need to find a husband, and I just don't want to be that person. Like, I do recognize that a husband is important, and you know, I would never be that person that's like, oh, it doesn't really matter. You know, I think that obviously having a man in your life it plays a role, but I do not want to be that person that just feels like desperate or like, oh my gosh, I need this. I feel like there's so many things that I need to focus on with myself. Like I just said, I have so many things to work on, and just I'm a whole mom, and I'm just like, no, I would not want to be that person that's just desperate to find somebody, and that is like their whole life revolves around that. And I feel like that's how Joan is, but I love her at the same time. I love all of them. Maya is definitely my favorite. It's a cute little show. I need to find something else because that is about to be over. Actually, Grey's Anatomy just started back, so I'll probably be watching Grey's Anatomy. But let me know in the comments below, like I said, what you guys are watching. Give me some suggestion. I've already watched so many things. I watched Ozark. I watched Blood and Water, is that what it's called? I watched what is it? I watched so many. Oh, This May Destroy You. Just so many different stuff. I watched a ton of it. I'm probably gonna have watched a lot of what you guys listed below, but give me some suggestions because I want to know what I should watch next. Okay, so the makeup is looking good so far. I just went in and bronzed using my L'Oreal True Match powder that I always use. And I will list all of the products that I'm using down below as I always do. But I just kind of bronzed up my face a little bit, so the complexion is pretty much done and looking pretty good. Now I'm gonna add some blush, and this one is Bare Minerals You Had Me at Merlot. Add a little bit of that. And I'm also gonna add a little bit of a highlight right here. Nothing too crazy. I don't really go that crazy with the highlight anymore, to be honest with you. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna keep it pretty basic on the eyes. I've recently just liked to use my Fenty Beauty bronzer in Coco Naughty as a just, you know, lid color. You can just put this all over your lid and it'll look like you did a little something, but you really don't have to try. So I'm using a blending brush to do that. Then I'm gonna do a pop of color in the inner corners. That's my go-to lately. If I wanna do something, but I don't really wanna do anything, I just do a pop of color on the inner corner. So that's what we are going to do today. I just realized I haven't even said anything about my filming setup. I kind of redid this whole office area slash filming area in my apartment, and I love the way that it's coming out so far, because I'm not done. I just have a few more things to do, but I actually have been filming it, so that is going to be a whole video, my little office makeover, and that should be coming up really soon, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I love it. I have like this concrete type wallpaper. My stepdad came over and helped me do it, and it came out so good. So let me know below if you guys are liking the new filming setup. And I really never did an overall apartment tour, so when I finish this and a couple other things that I have to do, I'll definitely film that if you're interested in seeing my entire apartment. So that should be coming soon. So like I said, I just added that Coco Naughty to my entire lid, and as you can see, it's just a perfect little base color. And now I'm gonna go into the inner corners of my eyes, and I just want to take this really pretty blue color. I got this little inner corner trick from my sister, and I feel like it just looks so cute, but it's really effortless. So you can use whatever color you want here, and I feel like it looks best with shimmers, but you can also use matte colors. I've seen people do this with like a bright yellow, and it just looks so good. Maybe I used too bright of a color. What do you guys think? Now I'm not sure. But after you add your mascara and everything, it comes together. I hope it comes together. Let's just finish this because now I'm like, I hope I did not just mess up this whole makeup look. My favorite mascara lately has been Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes from Charlotte Tilbury, and it's just so good. Okay, look at this eye. I added a different color on top.
No.
No?
Let me look at it. It looks better with the blue. Why don't you just add a color to the outer corner? What are you doing?
What do you mean a color?
You just look like you have 2 shades of makeup on your eye. That looks weird.
I always do that.
No, Brandy, you have to add a darker color on the outside to kind of blend out and take away from the fact that there's just this bam pop of blue.
Like
It
what?
might be due to the fact that you add a bit too much. You may need to start over. I think starting over may work better.
Oh my god, goodbye, Gina. All right, that blue was looking kind of crazy, so I just got rid of it. Now I'm kind of traumatized, so I'm really not trying to do anything crazy. So I'm actually gonna use my Jackie Aina palette. I already put on my mascara, so I can't really do too much, but I'm just going to use this color Pinker and kind of put that on my lid. You know what? We are not gonna call this a makeup tutorial. This was just a do your makeup with me and chat, because don't listen to me. Everything that I just said about that eyeshadow, don't do it. Just blending out the edges of this with Coco Naughty. All right, so I added Pinker from the Jackie Aina palette, and this is what that looks like all over the lid. I think that this looks a lot better. So now I'm just gonna add a little bit of Soleil and Zam, which are just highlight colors. I always mix these two together and highlight my inner corner. So that is the last thing that I'm going to do. And one last thing, I'm actually gonna take that Pinker shade and try to go up underneath my lashes a little bit as well. Just a little bit. Now that the eyeshadow disaster is fixed, I'm just gonna go back in with my mascara. Since I added the eyeshadow, it probably got on my lashes. So just wanna make sure that I darken them back up. We saved the look. And I feel like I need to add a little bit of color to it. So I'm using my Glossier Cloud Paint, and I just am going to dab that on my lips like this, and then blend it out. That's it. Pretty basic, I know. I don't know when I'm gonna get into trying new lip colors, but right now gloss is just my jam. Last step, we have to set it with setting spray, and I'm using the NYX Professional Makeup Matte Finish Spray. This is actually the #1 setting spray in America, which is pretty crazy because I actually haven't tried it before until recently. I've been using it for a couple weeks, and I actually really like it. And like the micro brow pencil, this is a really great dupe for more expensive makeup setting sprays. You know how pricey they can get. This one is only $8.50, which is pretty crazy, and it's really nice and lightweight and breathable, but at the same time it's going to help your makeup stay put all day, which is what we need. I just worked hard on this face, so I'm trying to keep it in place all day. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spray my face really quick. Woo! And that's it. And this setting spray also comes in the cutest little mini one, which I think is perfect for when you just want to like refresh your face when you're on the go. You can put this in your purse. I love this one. This is just, I just love mini tiny products, so definitely feeling these. So that is pretty much it. This is the finished look. I actually really like how it came out. The eyes are giving me a sultry. It was almost a disaster there and I had to save it, but I think we did good. I'm really feeling the look. I think that it's cute. Thank you so much to NYX Professional Makeup for sponsoring this video and allowing me to try out the micro brow pencil as well as the matte finishing spray. These are really great dupes for some really pricey products out there, and they really do the trick. They give you a luxurious feel but for an affordable price. And like I said, I know we are all trying to save our coins, especially right now with times being so tough. So I hope that you guys are able to try these out. If you do want to purchase them, definitely check the description box below. I will leave a link to these products below. And yeah, I think that you guys are gonna love them because I really enjoyed using them today. I hope that you also enjoyed the girl chat portion of this video. I love getting a chance to just sit down, talk to you guys, do my makeup, and just, it's very therapeutic, you know? So if you guys do like these type of videos, definitely let me know in the comments below. As usual, I'm always open to your suggestions on topics that you would like me to talk about. So definitely leave those down below if you have any. That is all I have for you guys today. Make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.